Welcome to the November yard sale. This November 2017, we have a few items here that are different, and we're going to try something new. I have a collaboration with a DMS3TV. If you don't know him, he has another YouTube channel that does similar to me, but with actual production value. So I'll link to his channel in the description. And he's got two items he'd like to sell, and I've got a couple items I'd like to sell. And the way this works is it's a Patreon yard sale. If you join the Patreon for $5 or more a month, every month from the 1st to the 10th, you get to bid on items. Items that I've bought and had in piles and reviewed, or items that companies have sent me, and I'm just like, you know what? This is great, but I'd rather have money in hand to buy the next thing the companies don't send me. So you'll get a chance to buy things for cheap, or buy things that I will sign for cheap. It's mostly cheap. You pay. It's a buyer's club. It's $5 a month to get into the buyer's club. And this month, things that are going to be up for auction, and it's a blind and silent auction. There's rules in the when you get to Patreon. I wasn't going to do it, and then I did it. Here are the RBH HP2s in their original beautiful packaging with a little tip. I'll put the original pads back on it because you're not going to get to steal my pads. And I'm going to miss these, but it's better that someone have them that can use them all the time rather than they sit in the shelf, because Zeos is a hoarder. Also up, these were up 2 months ago, the Brainwaves M100s. These are the IEMs, and they were okay. They come in a nice case, so there you go. One more Me, and I reviewed these a long time ago, and I absolutely love this little silicone wrap thing with the wire in it. And look at all those. Look, there's not even any Chewbacca hair in there, which, if you'd like me to add Chewbacca hair or a signature to any of these, please indicate it in the emails, which you won't know how to email until you get to the Patreon page after you sign up for $5 a month. This little sound blaster, I think it was called the E1 or something, but over here it says it's the model SB1600. And this has a little slidey volume knob. I remember making fun of that, and it turns on and off. I'll charge this thing up before I send it out. I don't have any other accessories for it. It's just this. You'll be getting this. So there's that. This is something I used to use, and I don't need anymore, and I figure let's see if anybody wants to throw money at it. I'll sign this. I'll draw a penis on it if you want. I mean, I will. Just specify in the email if you'll take this, but I have to do a thing, and then I'll do it. And this is an LLYL, little, I don't know what it is, but it's basically little single USB battery dock charger thingies. So you just pop that in there, and you can keep two of them going. When my phone was on its last legs, these things were impossible to live without. Just grab one, put it in your pocket, come home, drop it, take the other, and do it. Before I move to the cables, the two items EMS are selling. One is a Behringer HA4700 4-channel headphone amplifier. Here it is here. The Power Play Pro XL. And it's basically half as good as my Tascam MH8, because my Tascam has 8 and this has 4. It has a lot of interesting output levels and balance. So I haven't reviewed this, I haven't played with it, but he has, and it's just too much stuff for him. So he's just getting rid of it. And so if you want to bid on that, I could have him sign it. This is where it gets interesting. I wish I had these to sell, because the Audio-Technica AD1000Xs. I'll link my review in the description next to the link to this product. I love those headphones. I fucking love them. Made in Japan. He's barely used them. He used them for like a week just to review them, and then he's like, all right, I don't need these anymore. And he paid a lot more than that, and you're going to pay probably less than that. And if I didn't have my 2000Xs up there, my babies, hi baby, I still claim those are the best headphones for gaming, because they do more low end than the 2000Xs. So here's your chance to get these for relatively cheap. I should also mention, yes, I do ship internationally. Anything you buy, I will ship international, and he will too, obviously. The only thing is, I will ship for free to anyone in America. You bid $1 on these, you take them for $1. If you're the highest bid, I pay whatever shipping to the continental United States. If you're in Norway and you bid $1 on these, you pay $1, then I calculate shipping, then you pay half of that. Because if I'm doing free shipping to the US, I gotta take at least, it's just really expensive and a pain in the ass to ship internationally, but I will do it. The 4 cables, real quick. I don't remember who made this for me. This was donated. This was donated. This I bought, and this is a prototype. So this is MMXC, which was originally built for me for the Monoprice M1060, the Rev 1. There are a couple Shure headphones that'll use this. There's a couple IEMs that'll use it, although I don't know if you're going to whip this bitch out for IEMs. It is a, I think, 10-foot long. It's like a 10-foot long. Let's see if I fold it in half. Is it 5 feet? Yes. It's a 10-foot long that's terminated in a huge gold 1/4 inch. So there you go. I like the material. Look how nice it flexes and straightens up. It's my straight thing. So this is a headphone cable that I only use a few times, and I don't need it hanging around, and frankly the color just doesn't go with anything. So we're just gonna get it. We're gonna move on with this one. So if you'd like to offer, if you have a use for this, please bid on it. We've got this cable, which is a special cable made for me, and this is by Ursine. I'll link Ursine in the description. Ursine makes mostly custom cables for like individuals, like one-offs. And this was his revision 1 for me of the 2.5mm balanced. So you need a player with 2.5mm balanced, the FIO X1, FIO X7 that has this. And this terminates in the connector that the iSigns use. And for my iSign 20s, I was using this, which has the little red and blue indicators and a little 2-pin. And it splits Y, and it's got a nice fabric. And I had the revision 2, which is sitting over here, which has the iSigns attached to it, is just softer and shorter and softer. So if you'd like the original one, this is up on offer, and Ursine makes good stuff. So you can buy those, you can go to his site and have him make your own, however you want to do it. This cable was the only cable I ever purchased, because I had to purchase it, and it was a balanced 4-pin XLR to Sennheiser, whatever the hell these Sennheiser connections are. And these I use them on my 600s. This is the cable I use to determine if I wanted to pursue balanced amplification. Because before I built a cable, I just bought one. I just said, all right, let me just see how this works. And this is a Japanese Megumi cable with, I forget who actually, is this Venus? Yeah, this is a Venus Audio, and I paid like $70-something for this. And it's a beautiful cable. It's just that I built my own now, and I have a Periapt cable which does the same thing. And if I don't need this one, I'd rather keep the Periapt. Speaking of Periapt, if you don't know, I pretty much am their beta tester for headphone cables. And this is one of the earlier ones that is a 2.5mm, and these are mono. Like these would work on HE1000s or Edition X's. I don't know, there's a whole list of things that these will probably work on, and that terminates in a beautiful Amphenol 1/4 inch. And I love a thick cable if it's flexible, and oh, it is. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, so this is also when they were still using the aluminum split, which they've stopped now. So this is a rare cable. You probably couldn't even buy them at that point. So there's a chance to own a bit of history. So one Periapt and Ursine. This might also be Ursine, but I don't think so. I don't know whose that was. I apologize. That's a Venus special. The Behringers, the RBH, Berylliums, the Behringer M100s, the Behringer amp, and the Audio-Technica 81000Xs. Buy those. Those amazing. Links in the description to the Patreon, to all the items here if I can link them. Some of these I can't link, like a link to, like, those I'll link. And yeah, the rules are all there. Just make sure when you send an email, you do indicate where you are, if you're continental United States, if you're Canada, if you're Mexico, if you're Brazil, if you're in Antarctica. I'm pretty sure I can't ship to Antarctica. That's a good question. But anyway, yeah, this is what goes on. Once a month, I get rid of all the things that I've bought and then, you know, haven't had a need for. I bought like 3 or 4 microphones. Those are going to get reviewed. And when the review comes out, then I can, the next month, sell it. And the only reason this is such a weird array of like random wires and other people's things is because I haven't finished reviewing the piles of stuff. So when those piles are done, like all those Sennheisers will be auctioned off. But $5 a month gets you into that bracket. So we'll see you there.